Greetings, children, and welcome to a slightly different style of video. Instead of what you see in a normal discussion, me rambling about something I don't like or whatever, in this, I will be rambling about something I don't like, but also ranking them. And the subject for today, well, we're taking a look at the Warrior Cats clans, and based on my opinion and how they were written, I will rank them from hideous crimes upon the universe or neat little guys. But before we dive into the world of angry battle cats, I just want to mention just one little thing. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to. It's coming. I'll say it. I'm saying it. I'm doing it. If you haven't subscribed already and you are interested enough to click my video, please do subscribe. Or at least watch the video through, and if you enjoyed it, let me know. Maybe you can subscribe if you happen to like it, and you can check out some more of my stuff, which will be linked in the card right now and the end screen. With self-promo aside, Battle Cat Time Override. See what I did there? I rhymed the words. Was it good? Did I do good? Where should I start off? Well, I think at the bottom of the list, unsurprisingly, goes ThunderClan. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. How typical of me to have ThunderClan ranked as the worst. I don't actually hate it or dislike it that much, but there are reasons for it being down this low. First of all, it's boring. Not only have we had it for the only POV for so long, thank God for the newer books breaking it up a little bit, but there's just nothing special about it. It is the most generic clan you can get. You see that they're the strongest, bulkiest clan or whatever, and yeah, I guess, but what is their special thing? You know how all the clans have their special thing, right? River Clan swims, Wind Clan runs fast, Shadow Clan crouches and hides their name tags, Sky Clan jumps high. What does Thunder Clan do? And you'll say, oh, they climb trees. Well, yeah, so does Sky Clan. I believe Shadow Clan has taken part in the tree climbing action once or twice as well. Not really special, is it? The special thing is being strong? Honestly, that kinda sucks. If I had the option between running really fast, swimming when others aren't able to, jumping really high, jump scaring people, or being a little bit stronger, compared to the rest, being a bit stronger is kinda lame. Now, in my humble opinion, I think ThunderClan should be able to use squirrels as grenades. They go up in the trees with a bunch of squirrels, and when the enemy least expects it, squirrel rain! They chuck those guys to the floor, and they just explode. They'll never suspect it. Shadow Clan. Don't get me wrong, I love Shadow Clan. It's a great clan in concept. Living in the marshes where everyone else would find terrible to live in, but still actually enjoying it, being all sneaky. These guys picked the rogue class, and I have mad respect for that. The reason they are so low on the list is not because I dislike them. I love them a lot, but it's because, especially as of recent, they seem to serve only the purpose of plot development and nothing more. The must-be bad clan because their name is Shadow and cause conflict gets especially annoying at this point. I never minded it as long as I got to see them being an actual genuine clan that isn't evil or constantly conniving. But once it gets causing issues for no reason other than plot progression, it gets on my nerves. Now, apologies if it's changed already. I'm only caught up to around halfway in the Broken Code and haven't really felt the motivation to continue. But this is just what I know, and so it's what I rate. They have nothing unique going on for them either, as for all of the clans really, which is really unfortunate. Unique as in special ways of living. They all have the exact same routines and ways of life. While yes, there are very few tiny differences here and there, that's just because of the territory they live in. Otherwise, there's no difference at all. For hating each other so much, you'd think they'd have different customs, right? Shadow Clan could have had a special medicine cat, one that does herbs a little bit differently since they live in swamp and marsh, you know? Or maybe they treat queens and elders differently, and instead of having elders be retired, they stay as warriors until they physically can't continue their duties any longer. And instead of having queens being confined to the nursery all the time, maybe once the kits don't need to be on milk anymore, the queens can continue their warrior duties like normal and come back to the nursery for their kits. I think something like that fits Shadow Clan. It's not a bad or wrong way to live, and differs from the other clans. It feels like a missed opportunity, making all the clans live the exact same way, and all the roles do the exact same things, you know? I appreciate they do have a special thing though, unlike ThunderClan. They blend into things really well, and are excellent at keeping hidden. Or they're supposed to be at least. So overall, even though I do really like them and their concept, they've got to be low on the list. Sorry, ShadowClan enjoyers. I really love RiverClan as well. To be honest, I love all the clans, and ThunderClan is there, I guess. I love that they can swim and live on fish as the majority of their food source. It's a lot different from the other clans, and I admire it. There's just one thing keeping them so low on the list, though. And that would be that we hardly see any of them anymore. Like, they just exist. They're not even being plot convenience like ShadowClan, or at least not on that big of a scale. They're just being there and not doing a thing except having a voice in the conflict for like 2 seconds. Again, I'm not caught up in the book, so if this has changed, pardon me, but from my perspective, they've been useless for ages. Even if they might have been getting a bit of love recently, they've still been getting hardly any attention, if any at all. I just want RiverClan to get some more love, you know? And until they do and can redeem themselves, they'll stay in this spot right here. Man, RiverClan, I really do love you, but you're just so pointless at the moment, aren't you? SkyClan's actually quite high on the list. Mostly because they were a lot more unique than the other clans, when they were at their old camp far away from everyone else. They had cool dens inside the walls, they had Daylight Warriors, which was very cool, considering there's no variation of anything in the other clans, and Daylight Warriors changes things up, even if a little bit. They also had a different way of doing gatherings, because of course, they were the only clan in the vicinity, and had to do them by themselves. So I'm all for SkyClan supremacy. But as soon as they came back to the other 4 clans, they lost all of that. No Daylight Warriors, no special gatherings, they became just as boring as the rest. And it's only boring because all 5 do the exact same things. They're still high on the list though, because they did have something, even if for a little while. Also the fact that they were basically exiled from the other 4 in the early times, and had to face so many struggles, makes their history so much more unique in itself. I am also really biased towards Clear Sky, or Skystar. Leafstar is a bit annoying, I must admit though. Getting pushed around by her deputy, constantly threatening to leave, and yeah, well, I can't really blame her for that, as the clans, specifically and especially ThunderClan, kept throwing them around in different places, and while I can see how frustrating that can be, it still does annoy me. I wish they would still have that uniqueness going for them. They grew as a clan away from the other clans, and were doing things their own way, in some places at least. So why should they immediately drop all of that as soon as they rejoin the other 4 and become exactly like them, when they get so annoyed with them in the first place? And this is a segue into WindClan section. WindClan, the very top of the list. I love WindClan a lot. It's my favorite clan. It's also probably why it's at the top, I'd imagine. I'm probably being really biased here, but you know, that's what this video is for. My opinion. I love their unique territory for one, which is completely just hills and moorland and no trees. Every other clan has trees, and WindClan differs from this, which also affects the way they live. Their camp is so open and exposed, and so are all the warriors. They all sleep outside. This isn't a very grand difference, of course, but I still enjoy any and all uniqueness between clans. It's a big thing for me, if you haven't noticed. And the most main thing about why I like WindClan so much is that they used to be really unique in their way of life as opposed to the other clans. In Tallstar's Revenge, we see that they have 2 different types of warriors. Moor Runners, who were your average warrior hunting and fighting and all that, and then the Tunnelers. Now, WindClan at this point had a big tunnel system, and digging them was a tradition in their clan. Tunnelers were the ones that dug the tunnels so they could use them to get around the territory. Not only did they have this, but they also welcomed in rogues every now and then that they all considered friends, and were very friendly towards, with no superiority complex at all. Of course, things went down in the book, and they don't have this cool stuff anymore, which is so disappointing. They gave WindClan something awesome, and in the very same book, in a very short span of time, took it away. Bring back Tunnelers, man, they were so cool. Or at least let them have something more than they sleep outside instead of in dens, you know? Also, a lot of my favorite characters are in WindClan. Tallstar, Crowfeather, Breezepelt, Windrunner, or Windstar, etc. Although, not too big a fan of Mothflight, to be honest. She could have been cool, but just wasn't. I'm getting off track. We're not talking about Mob Flight. Anyways, it's pretty much why I like Wind Clan the most, and they're at the top of this list. Remember, all of this is my opinion, and is not to argue with any clan rankings you may have. I love all the clans, except Thunder Clan is okay, I guess. I was just going in depth and ranking them based on wishful thinking, really. But thank you guys so much for 300 subscribers. It's so insane. I really do appreciate it so much that you guys enjoyed my videos enough to click the fabled big red button. I know my posts are slow and I don't do it often, but I'm also doing a bunch of other things all at once, and trust me, I'm always working on another video. You guys are awesome, and farewell, friends. Their special thing is being strong? Really? Their special thing is being strong? Their special thing is being strong? Honestly. Train.